right. Cool. Coffee news. Word. Hail to the king. I'm digging it, man. We're busy. We're being presidential. Cool.
All right, welcome to Gypsy Road. We're filming this live. We're also recording it for his channel.
For my channel?
Now, you can't get more American than R2D2 pouring you a cup of coffee.
Fuck yes,
You
R2D2.
can't get more American than that.
Fuck yes, R2D2.
All right? You probably heard the announcements yesterday that I'm running for president.
Yeah.
This man right here is running for vice president. And
Vice
we want to be
president.
running for vice president.
Shit. Feedback.
Wow. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to make some mistakes. It's going to happen. Now, first of all, I want to thank all of you for joining us. This is great. I want to continue on what we talked about yesterday because I got some emails, some comments, some questions. And really, right off the bat, let's just dig right into it. Now, the first part of running for president is this man. He's starting it right off the bat. This Sunday, he is flying back to the UK, Manchester, UK. Why is that important? What is the most important thing that a vice president could do for you? Foreign policy.
Shake your hand. Foreign policy.
Foreign policy.
Shake
and
your
I want to thank
foreign ass hand.
the help that we actually have in Manchester, who's helping us to get this started. What's her name in Manchester? Allison?
Well, yeah, we can't say because she's an MS5 or GS5. She's a MI5. We can't give away MI5 information because then people will show
Can't give
up.
it.
Yeah.
But she's already started the plans for him to go to Scotland,
Yes.
Ireland, Scotland. What else we're going to for
We're
foreign
going
policy?
to Ireland. We're going back to Ireland. We're heading back to Ireland for a little bit, and I'm going to hit from Ireland and go back to Manchester, and then from Manchester I'm going to Scotland. I'm going up to look at Nessie. I'm going to go up. I'm going to have some fun. I'm looking for a Loch Ness monster.
Hey, Loch Ness monster.
So I'm actually going to look for a Loch Ness monster, which is, I know it sounds kind of weird. Yeah, I'm going up for a Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
For those of you that
that's how we're
interested.
going to really do the policy. We're going to take it back old school. We're going to meet people one-on-one, shake hands, talk the business, because what is the best way to run? It's friendship.
Yeah, friendship. And that I'm looking for Loch Ness monster. I figure if I can recruit the Loch Ness monster, if I can get the Loch Ness monster, the actual Loch Ness monster, and get footage and actually get and maybe ride the back of the Loch Ness monster, then I can get the approval of all of Scotland. It's like England. The English flag in my time was just center stripes. Okay, there were center stripes, but now it's changed because they have the side stripe. Everything's like tucked in the corner on the stripes of the English flag. I've got the Mandela thing. Unfortunately, I misremember. So what I learned was in this timeline that according to the center stripes. One of the center stripes, it represents three different areas, represents Ireland. One stripe in the British flag is Ireland, which is for St. Patrick. The other stripe is for St. Andrew for Scotland. And the center stripe is for St. George, the Dragon Slayer for England. So I can't find any fucking dragons in England. However, there is a Loch Ness monster in Scotland. You guys think I'm joking? I'm going to go up there. I don't want to slay. I mean, it'd be kind of rude to go up there and kill something beautiful. I'm not going to go kill it. However, if I have to slay it, I mean, I will, but I want to go see the Loch Ness monster. I want to be like the King George.
That's important. Now,
it's important to know.
Now, let's break it down in America. How's that important? To really you're a true cowboy, cowboy up.
Yeah.
A lot of times you got to ride a bull for 8 seconds. If you can ride a bull for 8 seconds, you cowboy up and you get a lot of respect. And that's how a lot of cowboys say, hey, I want to follow that person. So a lot of way for Scotland, it's riding, instead of riding a bull, you're going to ride the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, 8 seconds. Right. 8 seconds.
Now,
8 seconds.
Now, if you notice our cover page, you saw the candidates who's running for president. You saw Warren, Sanders, Biden, who loves to hug every single
Yeah,
one
they're
there
all
is.
fake.
And you also saw a picture of the devil himself, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Now, if that's what you guys want, hey. But if you really want change, you vote for us. Plain and simple.
He's got hair and shaped like a. You ever see the newspaper boys? They used to deliver newspapers. They have like the newspaper cap. His hair literally has like a newspaper cap kind of a thing. His hair, it's like a hair hat.
Yeah.
He's got a hair hat. I'm bald. I shave my fucking head. I wear a goddamn hat. He should just wear a hat.
Yeah.
But he grew his own hat.
And guys, first of all, we're not joking. We are really running. I sent the letter off yesterday as my candidate to Sacramento to be eligible. I mean, technically you can write my name in, but the letter is sent that it's official.
Yes.
Running for president. And in this description, I did write down a P.O. Box address if you want to help. You want to help by designing a shirt for us? Send me a shirt. Send me ideas. Send me whatever you want. You want to help out with some cash? Help out with some cash. It's up to you. But the address is there because we're really doing this. And like I said, this Sunday, he is flying out.
Yeah.
Okay, and his channel. What's the name of your channel? So they could.
Oh, it's Robert Wood. It's just my name.
If you type in Robert Wood Mandela Effect, you will actually find his channel, and you will see future videos of himself in Scotland, Ireland, UK.
You guys know my name. It's Robert. Well, Robert Theodore Wood. Theodore. His middle name is Eugene. So my middle name is Theodore, which is kind of cool. The cool thing is that you guys know my name. I did a little shout out last night. I was watching Lone Eagle's site, which I don't know. I got to introduce you. It's a really good Mandela Effect site. The guy's fantastic. The man come out with his name, which is kind of cool. His name is Louis, which is ironic because I kept running into Louis all over. It was France. Of course you're going to run into Louis France. No, I've been running into that name, ironically, everywhere I turned in weird places. It's kind of weird that his name would be Louis. I go, that's fucking weird. That explains why I kept seeing the Louis signs. It's weird in a weird way. I'm mentally ill, but I'm not mentally ill because I have the Mandela Effect. But those of you that don't have it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My brother does not. He's not. Well, he does in a slightly way, but it just doesn't bother his election running.
Seriously, guys.
I'm just advisory position.
If that's not the most friendliest vice president you could ever have,
yes.
I don't know what is.
Yes.
I mean, he will literally
receive
handshakes from everybody in
and
the
clean
world.
house. And clean house.
Okay.
A little bit of spread some freedom up in that fucking White House.
One of the emails questions, because we talked about, we actually talked about the Mandela Effect a while back. And somebody asked me, can you actually have a person or two that has been proven to have the
God effect,
even on your team?
Yeah.
And I'm going to answer that question.
What's that?
Be damn straight. I'll tell you why. A true person who has a Mandela Effect. Let me just say, a true person.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that they do better than anybody else? It starts with the word R. They do a lot of research.
Yes.
Research.
Yes.
That is huge, guys. Research is huge. Half the battle is doing the research on what makes the country better and what doesn't make the country better. If a Mandela Effect person does a ton of research trying to back up on their claims.
Yeah,
he's got to back.
I don't want to look insane all the time. So my brother, I have to prove it to him. Now he listens to me, he believes me because he knows I went to university. I'm not a fucking asshole. I'm not lying. I'm not crazy either. I was in military, special operations, the whole fucking spill. So he knows I'm not crazy. And so I have to prove myself 24/7. So I have to show him evidence. And then evidence to me has to come in at least paper form. Number one, I don't trust the internet at all. But however, if I have to reduce myself to the internet, I will back it up with the internet, with paper. And I'm trying to prove it to my brother. In fact, I just showed him the other day with the Apollo missions. I asked my brother in a nice way. I said, hey, dude, I mean, I worked at the Aerospace Museum. I wanted to be an astronaut. Okay, so I know about space. I know about those things, and I believe it wholeheartedly. Is the world flat or round? I fucking don't know. To me, I was in the Navy, and so I used to stand watches, and I know I used to see the ships come up around the bend. So it proved to me 100% it's round. You can't get that out of my head. It's always been that way. But back to the subject. I have to prove myself. So I'm always proving stuff. So my brother, I said, hey, I want you to tell me about the golf game on the moon. I said, tell me about the Apollo 14 golf game on the moon. What did you?
To be honest with you, I never knew we hit a golf ball. I really didn't. I didn't know.
No, his son. I ain't want to mention it. His son is in an advanced aerospace school for engineering.
He's going to aviation school.
He wants him to be an astronaut, and by God, I wanted to be an astronaut. It's a good thing. So I go. So you would know. So you would know 100%. Would you not know that there was an astronaut who played golf on the moon? Did you? He had to look it up. He had to look it up. I was like, what are you talking about? So, dude, it's Apollo 14. Don't you know about Apollo 14? He's like, what Apollo 14? Because when I was at the Museum of Flying, we had a lot of problems. Even the curator himself was like throwing shit down. I can't keep up with the Apollo. So I'm like, fucking look at me. I've never heard of these fucking Apollo missions. So anyway, my brother is like me. He's learning about a lot of the news stories. The new information is provided on the web that I've never heard of. I don't know. To me, I'm not buying anything. So my brother's starting to learn that there's a veil of lies going on. It's pretty fucking bad. And so I'm getting him familiar with what those of us with this effect, the God effect, are seeing and arguing about. So I'm having to prove myself, not tell my brother. He says that he wants evidence. So I've been having to move him along with the evidence. So he's not part of the community, but he is getting into the community because he's like, I don't know about that either.
Well, I like to listen.
Yeah.
Being a president, being a leader is about listening.
Yeah.
I'm not here to prove you're wrong, you're right. I'm here to listen. We all have our own point of views.
Yeah.
But you got to at least listen.
But here's the good thing. I told my brother, he's running for president, and it was always supposed to be. And you know why it was always supposed to? Tell me why. Let's play this game. Here we go. So, brother dear, can you please tell us and explain to us and what you remember? Now, where is the Statue of Liberty located?
Well, it's facing New Jersey because it doesn't like the city of New York, but it's technically supposed to be in New York.
Yeah, it's Ellis Island. So we talked about it. So, and because the reason why our family, my brother will explain it to you. So you guys don't just constantly hear from me. Now, is our family history at the Statue of Liberty?
Yes.
Where is it located, the Statue of Liberty? I don't know 100% myself, but our aunt told us. So his idea and my idea might be different. We don't know.
I know our last name is in it.
Yeah, our last name, it's in like it was a lecture. Aunt Mary told us it was my Aunt Mary, ironically. It's in an electric box at the bottom. I've never seen it, never been there. It was on my bucket list, but it was at the bottom, the base of the Statue of Liberty. There's a lot of families listed in there from the early pilgrims that came to the United States. So we were one of the earliest families to come to the United States. Also, we were, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it is what it is. We were slave owners, or the family, not us. But so our Wood family name was at the bottom of Statue of Liberty at Ellis Island. And then I told my brother, I says, it's not on Ellis Island. And so I asked my brother, like I said, dude, can you tell me where Freedom Island is? You ever heard of Freedom Island? So he's like, okay. Of course you don't know where Freedom Island is. But here's where it really gets fucking cool. This is cool to my brother. Now, I told you about this. Now, the Statue of Liberty is no longer on Ellis Island. It's on Freedom Island. There's the saying, Freedom Island. Freedom. But it's also sitting on top of what fort? I told you what fort it was. God, I can't remember. Wood Fort.
Yeah, Wood Fort. That's the second name.
It's on Wood Fort. It's okay. So I did the research. I told her, I did the research. It is a relative of ours. The Statue of Liberty is on Wood Fort. Wood Fort is a star fort now, and it's on a fort that's named after one of our great relatives. Wood Fort. Now, Statue of Liberty ironically on Wood Fort. So no longer we need to worry about finding that box with our family name in it. Hell, it's sitting on on a fort named after our family. Isn't that cool?
Good, it's great. It's one of the great things about this country. It's what we love about it.
So
that's why we want to run for president, vice president.
We're always supposed to be for president. So Eric Eugene Wood, Robert T. Wood. I'm vice president, running for vice president. So we could go out to not Ellis Island. We're going to go out to Freedom Island, and we're going to look at Wood Fort, our family named fort. Isn't that kind of cool?
It's fantastic.
We can look up at the friggin' Statue of Liberty. Yeah, it's kind of so.
It matches on part, why we want to run.
It's supposed to be. I'm just saying it's supposed to always be that way. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
We don't want to have to always keep rehashing what we talked about the other days, but seriously, if you guys like Donald Trump, then go for it. If you guys like Joe Biden, who likes to grope people. Now, everybody bashes Trump because he touches women, and we know that's wrong. And Biden does too. I mean, these are your choices. Do you want Sanders, who is more truly independent, but to be able to run, he switched parties on purpose just to be able to run on a ticket?
Yeah,
you want that guy?
I mean, he's Sanders. He'd be the first one to kill this bastard if he walked back on the planet. If Jesus ever walked around again, Sanders would put him down though.
Now,
he's an atheist. He don't have any fucking. I mean,
if you want to hear some of the stuff that we're running on, you can watch our video that we created yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, but there was an additional couple questions that people ask, and they're kind of an important question, and they're also controversy kind of a question.
Yeah.
Okay, because you can look at this question in so many different ways, and I'm not afraid to answer the question the best that I can.
Yeah.
That question is the most evil word it is right now is gun control.
Gun control.
Okay.
That.
Now, let me.
Here's your gun control. You can take it out of my dead hand.
Now.
And that'll die.
Trying to answer the question the best we can because we grew up hunters. We grew up with a family who hunted.
We respect.
So I know some people right now, well, you grew up hunters. You're not thinking both ways, but no, but you're wrong. You're wrong. I'll tell you something. We respect guns because we grew up the correct way where we had to take classes, we had to do training, and we learned from the beginning.
And we were in the military.
Now, of course, there's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world that is dealing with guns. Now, do I believe in gun control? Do I believe in – listen, I believe – now, some of you might agree with this or not. Any weapon you buy at a store, I have zero problems with the background check, and I'll explain why.
100%.
We're 100% respect weapons. But I don't wake up one day and say, dude, I want to buy this rifle, and I want to shoot it tomorrow. We might think of an idea, rifle, and they told us, hey, you can purchase it, but you're going to have to wait a week or two. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind them checking our background to make sure that.
Please do. When I go to a store and they ask for my ID, I always say thank you. I'm not a rude person. May I see your ID? Thank you very much for asking because someone could have stole my freaking credit card and used it. I give them my ID wholeheartedly. If I walk into a gun shop and they say, may I want to take your information down? Absolutely. Please do. For the man behind me and the person behind me, because I don't know who the hell they are. If you're going to sell them a weapon, please take their information down too. Does that mean they're going to knock? Have you ever had anybody knock on your door and give me your weapon? No. We've got your name and information.
Yeah, we're not saying take away people's weapons. Man. We're not saying that. We respect weapons. But if they tell me that it takes 2-3 weeks to do a proper background, that's fine.
That's fine.
If I have to buy a gun where I need it tomorrow, I would be worried about myself. Why would I need one where I have to have it tomorrow?
Yeah, why would you want a gun so fast anyway? Why would you? Well, we don't like call them. I call them firearms. I call them a pistol or a rifle.
And think about this. Now, some people will say, yeah, but what if somebody steals your guns and all that? Okay, that's a good question. Yeah. If somebody steals your guns, but let's just say you're a police officer. Not all police officers are bad. There's some good ones. Let's say somebody stole.
There are some good ones.
Say somebody stole one of your weapons.
Yes.
That at one time you didn't have to. You just buy it in a store, but now there's a background check. So somebody stole your weapon and use it on a person.
Sure.
Okay. Now they could go look at this weapon. Say, this weapon belongs to Robert Wood, even though he didn't do the crime. No. They could go to Robert Wood and say, hey, this gun is here. Yeah, it was stolen on this date. That gives police officers somewhere to go on. So your weapon got stolen on September 3rd.
So it's not me.
Let's look at the computer. Let's look at September 3rd. Oh, there's 5 break-ins in a house.
Yeah.
If it could help, even though your gun got stolen, there's always a paper trail.
There's a method. And it was effective and still is effective. And everybody wants to keep reinventing the fucking wheel. So all these little bit of glamour boys or whatever fake stagers go out there and fake these freaking shootouts. I don't give a shit. You can't tell me these damn things are real. Now, in a practical world, there's a number trail. If I add things up and it come out to about 33 or at 13 on a shooting, or you've got 8 shots and you've got 5 injured. Okay, 13. Come on, man. Now these things are set up for us. It's a joke. Some whatever is up there in this comic book that we live in is just making these jokes out of these shootings deliberately to get firearms taken away from the fucking people. Yeah. And those of us that are privy to the information that woke up and they're going, oh my God, this is so fucking ridiculous. Now, if you look up at the building where Kennedy, Oswald shot Kennedy, and you look up at the building, you see all round windows, and you see the only square window, and that's where he shot him out of. You gotta scratch your head now and thinking, this is. It was never like that before in my reality, and now it is. So pretty much everything else I see is pretty fucking fake, pretty set up fake. Nothing's real anymore. So we're trying to take it back. We're trying to take it back to the reality of things, bring it back to reality. I have my brother run for president, and then me, I'm gonna be justice. I'm gonna run around just fixing fucking problems.
Like I said, we're not banning weapons. We just want to make sure that everybody has a proper background. And nowadays, you can do testing online. Testing online, you pass your pass. Yeah. No, not with weapons. Not with weapons. We were taught in person by a person to physically show you not what you read, because what you read in a classroom and what's it like in the real world are two different things.
It ain't a video game.
Weapons is not a video game. Weapons is not something you just read in a book.
Yeah.
They should have a proper class, and you know what? All age limit. I don't care if you're 25 or 28. Take a class. Who cares? Take a class.
Take a class.
If your class is $20, so what? At least I know I'm doing it right. Education. Education is the best key. Now, will this fix all the problems? No. People are going to find ways to hurt other people in different ways. But we got to start somewhere. Okay? We got to start
protect themselves. Now, the Constitution says that we do have a right.
Yeah, we do have a right, and we're not taking away that.
We do have a right to bear arms, and we also have a right for militias. I know it sounds crazy, and you people don't know your 1800s fucking history, but there were a lot of militias, and militias did help and save a lot of freaking new forming towns in the West. Well, militias were just the townspeople. Just the townspeople. We're not saying justice, take justice on its own. And like was it Batman and run around and be a vigilante? That's ridiculous. But there were at the time, it had to be. And in my opinion, when I see that American flag, and in my time that flag was the other direction, I kind of see it upside down. Now, in my time when that flag is upside down, that meant there's problems within the administration. When there's a flown upside down flag, which that flag to me is upside down, people. I don't care how you see it. In my world, that means, and you learn it in the military, that if there's a flag flown upside down, that means problems from within. So when I see the flag backwards, and I especially see it in the military where they're wearing the flag backwards. Now, this is this culture. I'm not going to put it in any military. There's nobody out there thinking I'm going to go against America. I'm actually part of a secret group of Nazis that are fighting, secretly wearing. No, the flag is backwards in my opinion. However, that's from the administrations. That's from the government. That's the way it's always been here. I don't fucking know. My flag was put on my arm the other way. Now, those of you that watch Stranger Things, my brother turned me on to Stranger Things. I've been watching it. Now, if you guys look at that police officer in Stranger Things, those of you with the Mandela effect, if you look at his arm, you're going to see the old American flag with the red stripe underneath the blue box in Stranger Things. Also in Stranger Things, I was going to tell my brother there's a lot of Pythagorean math going on over these letters, and they're coming out with a couple of 13s. And I think it was I have a picture of it, Stranger Things Part 3. There's a dartboard in the back. Somebody sent it to me. I think it spotted it. There was 9/11. 9/11. There's a truth drop and start looking for those little eggs in those shows, especially on Netflix. A lot of those shows have a lot of eggs. What that sound is. A lot of eggs in there.
That sound is my dishwasher.
Okay.
I don't have a professional office. This is actually being done in the kitchen.
In the kitchen where the coffee's right there. We have the fresh pot right there. Fresh pot. Oh, by the way.
Now, you can't get more real than this. You can't get more real than us. We're not corrupted by money. We're not corrupted by the thing. We really want to run because I really feel honesty is what's going to make this country better.
Yes.
And how the best honesty in the world is the foreign policy right here. He's literally trying to help the UK get rid of the EU.
Yeah, fuck the EU. Fuck the EU. Fuck them backwards running in a cornfield naked. Fuck the EU. The EU, to me, in this comic book is a bunch of freaking Nazis. I could even look at that. I can't remember her goddamn name. I keep forgetting her name. The chancellor, the one in charge of fucking Germany.
Yeah.
I just keep calling her Hitler's daughter. She looks like Hitler's daughter. If you look at her face, I'm not an idiot, and I know anthropology, and I can sit there and look at somebody's face. And someone said to me, they said, "Hey man, that's Hitler's daughter." I said, "Number one, dude, I'm gonna debunk that. There's no fucking way." I saw her face, and I said, "Well, you know what? It's plausible by her face." I'm like, "Oh, looks like fucking Hitler's daughter."
Aren't you helping because Britain voted the EU out? Aren't you talking to those people, trying to help them to?
I'm trying to help transition? Them. Yeah, I want Britain to carry firearms.
And you want them to test what real freedom is about?
I want them to know what American freedom feels like. Yeah, I think they're going to experience American freedom once they go ahead and lock them borders up and get the EU out of their fucking assholes.
And that's what I think that we could help being president, vice president.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to be the foreign policy guy. Yeah. By the way, again, it's my birthday.
And what has happened this morning on his birthday at 3:30 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, there's a meeting. Asteroid. So my birthday is 10/17/70. Those of you in England, it would be the opposite. It'd be 17/10 1970. So that makes me 49. And if 4 plus 9 is 13, so there's my 13. I got my 13 today. And I got an asteroid last night. The asteroid I wrote down. I even put it in Lone Eagle's site so people can look at it. It's 111 foot wide. It's 111 foot wide. Last night's asteroid that didn't hit the Earth. Well, maybe it did hit the Earth. Maybe we shifted. But the asteroid is 111. So you guys look it up yourself. Do your information. 111 asteroid foot wide. I did the math on my birthday, which is kind of cool. So 10 plus 17 plus 1970 equals 1997. If you add that together, it comes out to 26. And 26 taken back to its prime is 13 plus 13. 13. So, or 33. I don't know, 13. So there's my 13. So I got 13s in my birthday. I got today.
And as part of his birthday, for foreign policy,
yes.
We have dinner at Azteca.
Azteca, we're going to a Mexican restaurant.
As part of our foreign policy.
As part of foreign policy, we get tacos.
We're going to shake the hands of the workers.
Yes.
We're going to talk to them. And, there's some awesome people there.
Gracias, local.
You know, we love food from all over the world.
Well, yeah, from home, we were raised with Latino food.
So we're going to go to Azteca and have a good time. And hey, guys, and this is no joke. We are running for president, vice president. And the only way to make this work is with your help.
Yeah.
We can make a statement.
Yeah, help my brother.
If you don't want to make a statement, you just want to say, well, you guys don't have a shot, then nothing's ever going to change, man. Help us out.
Change shit.
Vote for us. Create T-shirts. Let's get this going.
Vote for him. He's just going to bring me on.
Tell your friends. Tell the other states. You know, we're trying to raise some money where I told them today, I want every single city to have a billboard of our faces.
Yes.
Talk about, let's make America great.
No.
Let's continue.
We're great Americans.
We're great Americans. Let's continue being great Americans.
We're continuing to be great Americans.
And is there issues? Damn right there are issues. We want to do it. And we want to start with handshakes.
Yes, handshakes.
Good old-fashioned handshakes.
Yes. I see 9 watching right now. But I was telling my brother, never look at the thing because I've been doing this for 3 years. I did it every day. I only ever had one thumb up. By Kira Bridget's merch, my only one thumb up ever when I was just starting out a long time ago. Then I actually have some new friends and other friends, and they're starting to watch me. And I got a few more thumbs, which is fantastic. People that watch me with high numbers. I told them the majority of my viewers are not subs, according to YouTube. My sub account is always locked. I think it's at I think it's at 103. It was at 102, and I think it's at 103. I'm not sure if it went up 1 or 2.
Well, how about that? Subscribe to our channel, click like,
you can try. Mine is going to lock down.
Let's do this together. Let's continue on a great America.
Yeah. So some of us with their accounts don't go up any. My brothers could go fucking skyrocket. I mean, help him out. You guys can. People have tried mine and it don't go up past a certain number.
Right.
There's even a couple of shitbirds out there that says unsubscribe from Robert Wood. He's a sick, disgusting bastard. Usually it's a bunch of fucking British fucking loyalists to the Queen bastards telling everyone to unsub from Robert Wood. Fuck them. They're all fucking debunked.
So
but, yeah.
Since it's 1:08, tomorrow we're going to do another live video at 1 o'clock. So I want you to come with us with questions, whatever you want. Answer anything you want. I don't care. Anything you want.
We'll give you guys one chat. Hold on. Give one chat. Anybody have a question before we hang this phone up? Because we didn't even ask anybody if they had any questions.
Oh,
There's 7 of you, and maybe one of you might have a question. I'm not quite. What thing? Did you see what it just did?
Yeah, got brighter.
it was going darker than it got bright. All of a sudden. That's weird.
Yeah.
We're projecting magic. Some sort of magic. It's some sort of wood magic on most of you.
So come on, we won't.
I'm going to give it.
Give us a question.
You know, in fact, I'm going to look at things. We're going to meander amongst ourselves right here. We're going to have a conversation. If you guys have a question, if nobody asks a question here in like a minute, we'll just hang up the phone. But I was looking up. I don't know if you knew about this. Oh! I found it. It's the Bible. I wanted to show my brother something kind of cool. So he didn't believe me. Here it is.
Oh, we got a question.
Oh shoot, John Falk. What do you think of the universal basic income? Actually, that's a good question.
Hey, that is a damn good question because yesterday we talked about income, and I know a lot of people probably listened to the yesterday video probably don't agree with me. Part of the problem is the rich stays rich, the poor stays poor, and it's designed at maybe 2% to get the American dream, but it's more designed to keep everybody down. Now, this is the part that's going to hurt everybody's ears that we talked about yesterday is I want everything even right now. I want everything right off the bat. I want to freeze everybody's account. Now, that sounds harsh. It does. I want everybody to have the same amount of money. Everybody. So what you do with it is up to you. If you make a dream, is you. If you're poor and you have the opportunity with the money, you got something to make it great. If you blow it again, at least we're all based on the same amount.
The idea is to have it and then go ahead and turn it around and invest it with somebody else. The idea is to have it and then give it to someone else to do something else, to do something else, to somebody else to keep it going. Now, again, people that have watched me, and John Folk, if you ever watch me, I actually pulled my own money out of my own Social Security number out of my own account at the Federal Reserve. I used my Social Security number, which is my bank account number. It says 100 times, and the corresponding routing number was the bank that was holding my Social Security number. I used it to pay off my house 3 times. I paid off all of my freaking bills several times. All I did was use my Social Security number, went into the bank, which is my bank account number. I drew out that number and whatever I wanted to pay off, and I paid off my student loans. I paid off my house. I paid off my bills just with my Social Security number, which tells me there was no such thing as money to begin with. So there is no such thing as money because I used my own Social Security number, which worked 100%. Now we talk about Yeshua kicking the fucking face of the goddamn administration for the banking systems. I did the same fucking thing, and I won. Now, the bank wanted to know how I figured that out. That was it. They didn't say I lost. They just said, how did you figure that out? I said, it was real simple. God told me. And everyone says, well, he's crazy. He's God. No. I'll tell you how I found out. This is how I found out money ain't real, guys. I was having a stressful time. And I'm doing my checks. I'm writing out paper checks. I'm old school. I write out paper checks, so I knew I have a recorded whatever. I do it myself in paper. So as I'm writing out my check, I look down at my check, and in my check, the left-hand side is my account number on the bottom of a check. The right-hand side is the routing number. As I kept writing the checks out, I had the last check, and I'm a little bit stressed out. I look down, and I freak the fuck out because now, for some weird shift reason, the account number, how I remembered it, is now switched to the right side. And the routing number switched to the left side. They swapped in front of my eyes. I'm like, this is crazy. No, I'm not insane because the accounting number used to be on the fucking left side. And the routing was on the right side. If you guys know your checks, they switched. So in an insane moment, I had this whatever epiphany. And I also had my Social Security card out, and I was doing some other stuff, and weird how I glanced across, and I noticed it's the same amount of numbers in my Social Security number is the same amount of numbers in my freaking bank account number. I said, what the hell? So I kind of fiddled around. I looked up some this and that, whatever, and I figured out that your Social Security number is the bank account number at the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve is not owned by America. It's not American. It is owned by the British. It is a British banking system that runs the United States fucking banking system. Don't let people fool you with that federal bullshit. That's bullshit. So those hot checks that you hold called dollar bills aren't even real. They're just promissory notes for air. Again, I used it. So your question is, what do you think of universal basic income? There is no such thing as income anyway. Okay. So if everyone has that one clean slate, that you have that certain amount that you can use, and then you're putting the encouragement, well, here's your amount to live on. You still got to go to fucking work, man. You got to bust your ass. If you have the extra, there's extras for you to loan out, to loan and to use and put into administrations, to put into infrastructure. You're taking the extra money and you're putting it back into the system to keep the money fucking circulating. Money is just one big ass, weird ass spell. But without it circulating, everything sinks and everybody becomes a troglodyte. I know how weird it sounds, but I'm not a communist, and we're not having the same amount. We're not wearing the same fucking June fucking
the most
fucking shirts. The
stressful thing in the world is always about money.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad that, middle class, poor class, going to school, going to college.
Yeah.
And you take loans out because, parents are just making it day by day. They don't have a lot of
money
money.
Doesn't exist anyway. They take it from your account under your Social Security.
And then rich people, they screw the poor by cheating, getting their kids. You see on the news lately, college. And if you can't get into college, we can't get into Yale, we can't get into Harvard because it's only for
nepotism.
Senators, Congress.
Nepotism.
That's why one of the things we said yesterday that I want graduation for people at 16. And then once they graduate 16, before they go to college or trade school, for 2 years, they're going to be involved in either a military or a government trade kind of a work system where for 2 years of your life, you're automatically gaining experience
if
of
you're
life,
not handicapped and if you're able to do it and if you're willing to do it. Even handicapped people with disabilities are
even now, if you're handicapped, you get help from the government.
Absolutely.
So, but the thing is, what we're seeing is a lot of young people are staying longer in basements, staying longer of smoking pot, watching TV, and not experiencing life, and not getting that work experience. Listen, you could get most of your education by the age of 16.
Duh.
Now think about it. 16 to 18 in the military or some kind of a federal program where you get work experience for 2 years.
An adventure, man.
And then when you go to college, you understand the value of how hard it is to make money, how hard it is to serve your country. It'll make you a better person because nowadays I know kids that haven't started their life at the age of 23.
Living in their fucking mom and dad's basement.
It's not
30, 40 years old.
The thing is, it's not their fault because they don't have the funds to go to school. And then you take a loan, right? You take a loan. And everybody wants to go to university, right? Because bigger jobs, depending on the university you go to.
But then you owe $100,000 a university.
Exactly. Bingo.
You can't buy a house.
Instead of trying to buy a house, you're paying off your house payment. But your house payment is a college payment. It shouldn't be like that.
Universal free fucking education.
Now, Sean Handy, probably ripping me a new asshole, says, why should I give up my hard-earned money? No.
But he's not
if
working
you're so goddamn good, if we're all even, you're going to make it right back to the top.
Put Hannity in a goddamn in a trench and put him in a trench and let him fucking shovel for a while. Put all them fucking big wigs down in the trench, let them shovel for a while.
Education has always been the key to life.
Yeah.
Even when we were first born as cavemen, they learned how to make a wheel. Learning, work experience.
If you don't know your history, you are condemned to
But you can't do that when you have no money. So we gotta make the money even.
Everyone's gotta have a little taste, man.
Fair. And it should never matter. We said it yesterday about race, color, male, females, transgender, if you're gay or not. We don't give a rat's ass if you're gay.
I fucking hate
Who cares if you're gay? Our brother was a transgender gay person. We didn't care.
He was transitioning, but he had to transition back because he got cancer from it. I'm not putting it down. I'm saying, but it's fucking with your health. I'm not putting down the transgender community. I'm not putting anybody transitioning. However, if you are fucking with your machine, your temple, God's temple that gave you a fucking nice running car, and if you went ahead and started switching out the parts of that car, you're looking at a whole new system and you're looking at new problems. So always remember these things if you guys are no against the gay community, because it is what it is. Yeah. But in my timeline, I always joke about this. Anthropology. I went to college and I fucking know this for a fact because I laughed my ass off. It was in a test. Women had a larger rectum than men. Men had a smaller rectum than women because men procreated with females and always missed the target because they're idiots. That's why women had a fail-safe. Men did not have the same size rectums. In this timeline, in this fucking wacky-ass place, men have the same size rectums as females. Now, that tells me that God gave men a fail-safe, not to be used, but a fail-safe to be protected. Of course, in this freaking Babylon, everyone's using the shit out of their assholes. But, I mean, I would say throttle that back, but,
whatever you do,
if you're driving a car, if you're driving a car in reverse and at full speed, it's not designed to do that. Something could break down. So I'm just saying, gay people. I'm just throwing out some of these little slivers of facts from my timeline. Again, men had smaller rectums. They weren't used that way, but here we are. I mean, so here we are. I'm not going to condemn. I'm not going to judge.
Hell no.
Judge not lest ye be judged. But let's not drive that car backwards in full speed. You're going to burn it up.
Yeah. Best thing about America is freedom.
Any more questions? I hope we get a little extra on top of that one.
Shoot us some extra questions.
John Folk.
I like that question. I appreciate that. Shoot another one. We love it. Now, I don't want some of you to talk about, Donald Trump did great things with money. He built this. He built that in here. God damn, he had a rich fucking dad.
And he got a solid gold fucking.
You know how many bankruptcy he has done? When you have that much money, you could take all the chances you want.
How many people's lives he's ruined in his fucking work?
If him and I put our money together, say we want to do a restaurant, we would put our money together, right? We only have one shot. We have one shot. That's it. We have one shot to make this bar happen. We don't live the Donald Trump world where we can do 5-20 chances. Yeah. We don't have that money. We have to do things the hard way. We want to even that playing field to everybody. Where we just don't have one chance. We at least have 2-3 chances. That's what America is freaking about.
God damn right, you son of bitches. Long silence now.
Come on, shoot another question to us. We're ready. We're ready.
If not, how many of you guys remember Judah? Judah had how many pieces of silver? Judah was given how many pieces of silver in Sagittarius Arm Bible version? I'm just throwing little basic Mandelas out at people while we're waiting for somebody to answer a real question, which was a real question, by the way. Anybody remember? At my time, it was 13 coins. It was 13 gold or 13 silver coins. Now it's changed to 30. It's changed to 30 in the Bible. It's also, I want to show the reason why I brought this up because my brother's still asking me questions about, some other things. I wanted to, while we're waiting for a question, you guys ask a question about playing around with this. So I told my brother that Yeshua was hung on a tree, and he's like, what? Well, he's not actually on a cross. Some of them translate a cross, but it's not a cross. It's another name for it. But I wanted to read this. And this one is Acts, but this one is called The Acts. The Acts, 13:29, should be slain. And when they had fulfilled all things that were written of him, they took him down from the tree. Yeshua, they took him down from the tree and laid him in a tomb. But God raised him from the dead, and he was seen for many days of them that came up with him from Galilee to Jerusalem. Anyway, so Yeshua was on a tree. Jesus was on a tree. He was hung on a tree. I don't know if you guys. It's right here. It's in the book. Now, this book I got is a leather bound, and I got this as an antique. Actually, I should be wearing gloves with this. This is an 1881 leather little bound book, and it talks about Yeshua being hung on a tree now, people. I just want to let you guys know that. And that's pagan, by the way, because Odin himself was hung. He hung himself in a tree for knowledge.
All right. Here's a question.
Oh, cool.
Question is, what about taxes? Okay. Now, that's easy. Once we even out the money for everybody, when everybody has a fair shot in life, taxes to me will always going to be the exact same percentage of, depending on how much money you make in the future or not. Because you should not be punished for making more money. You should not have to pay more than somebody else for making more money. Everybody should have the same exact percentage, including. So, and what people say, well, if you're rich, you should pay more. Now, that's not blaming everything because you become rich. You should automatically pay more.
I hate them.
Okay. Now, if everybody has the same percentage, that's going to cut out loopholes. That's going to cut out, well, I can cheat the taxes if I do this. No, make it a plain, simple percentage. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
You cut out the loopholes. You cut out this. Now, if it's 3%, 4%, it's whatever our team comes up together saying, what is the perfect amount of percentage? And we can't keep going up or down because everybody says, well, we got to make sure the middle class can live better, but the rich people, we got to do this. They got tax mark. What happens is, I hate to say this, Republicans are probably maybe somewhat correct on this. If you tax the rich even more, they don't want to pay more. If they don't have a loophole, they're going to charge more on you.
They're going to
put it back on us.
But let's talk about this. Now that's a good question, but it goes a little bit broader than that because that's just a general question about taxes across the board. Now, let's back this freaking train up a little bit. Now, the United States, the original United States, 52 states, 13 colonies, where I came from, that red stripe was underneath that fucking blue box. There was a green light on top from Sagittarius. Each state is sovereign. Now, let me stand a little bit sovereign. Each state has its own government. Each state has its own decision makers. Each state is on its own tax systems. Each state can decide their taxes. Now, when people here are so punished for so long thinking about the United States fucking Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, which is sovereign, people, which means it is not part of the United States of America. Now, people are saying 52 states, 13 colonies. Now it's 50 states, 13 colonies, 50 states. Where's the missing state? Well, the District of Columbia has removed itself because now it's its own identity. It is its own country. Now, let me say this again. Washington, D.C. is not part of the United States of America. United States means United States. Each state has its own set of rules and tax systems independently, but not in this fucking timeline. In this timeline, the sovereign country of District of Columbia, the country of its own country with its own set of separate rules and laws, are now in charge of the United States. They're not part of the state system. So because they're sovereign and they're in charge, they decided to go ahead and put a blanket tax system on every state. Kind of a fascist movement, if you want to think about it. They're not to interfere with state fucking ideas. They're not to interfere with state decisions. They're not to do anything. There is to be very little, to do as little can be. They're not to step their foot into anybody else's decision processes. Each state has its own system. Each state is independent. Now, they have to go ahead and taken over. They're an independent country, just like London. Now, listen, London in England, there's a city of London, then there's a portion of London that belongs sovereign. It's its own country that belongs to the queen, the false queen. Their own country, they're sovereign. They're not part of the English empire. They're independent and sovereign in their own country. Washington, D.C. is its own country. The little parts of London that belongs to the family is its own country. And the Vatican is sovereign. It is its own country. In the Vatican, you can have sex with a 13-year-old because that's their statutory limit of whatever they can do there. It's legal. They can also have a gay bathhouse, and they do have one at the Vatican because they're sovereign. They're independent and they're their own country with their own set of laws and rules. Nothing on the outside. The same with Washington, D.C., with their own set of laws and rules because of their own island. They belong to themselves. They're not part of the United States. The United States. So let's go back to the tax systems. Each country, each state has their own set of taxes. So let's get the taxes, let's get the ideas of the taxes in your own state. So talk to your own electees in your own state and decide what taxes you want to pay. Some states still require taxes. They take it out of the food. They tax the candies. They tax the this. They tax the that. So taxes are based off your state. The problem is that those pieces of shit up there in fucking sovereign land that's not part of the United States, District of Columbia, have their hands also in the pile. We got to get their hands out of each state. Get that government out. Less government. Let's get that freaking place clean. Let's get half of them bastards out of Washington, D.C. and start fucking clean. If you want to fix the tax systems, let's start there at the top. Take that freaking top of that pyramid off. Take the head off the snake.
I agree.
I hope that answered the questions about taxes. It's just the whole root of it. You remember, taxes are separate each state.
We're going to get rid of the District of Columbia. We're going to make one
District of Columbia is gone. They're coming back to the United States.
Yeah.
District of Columbia, when he becomes president, I'm just going to be a fucking vice president. The District of Columbia is going to be 51 states.
Yes.
We're going to go back to 51 states, and then we're going to go find the 52nd state.
We're going to make this one America.
No more 50 states.
No more.
51 because District of Columbia is coming back to the United States. It's going to have its own mayor, its own system, its own taxation, and it's going to follow its whatever rules it has for its state. It's not going to be separate. It's not going to be separate. So let's just have that. So good question.
Well, guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, we're about to hit an hour, and I know you guys are probably a little tired of us, but we're going to shoot on this tomorrow. How can you help? Like I said, we got a P.O. Box address. You want to help by shooting us design, your ideas. We want to hear your ideas because we know sometimes the best ideas come from you, not us, from you.
Send them a letter.
And if you want to, we want some people to help us.
He's running for office.
We want somebody to help us design T-shirts. So starting in January, we got T-shirts that we can sell, cups we can sell, but we want designs. We know you guys have the best
I can't ask for money. I can't do anything. I'm just helping. I'm only a helper.
Okay.
My job is only to help. I can't ask.
And I want you to follow this guy because he's starting his foreign policy this Sunday, flying to Manchester. Let's follow him. Watch him do the handshakes to everybody. We're going to make this one world.
One world.
One world. We're
not
going to
make one world government. It's going to be one world, separate states.
Guys, everybody, let's give your next vice president the foreign policy holder right here a big hand.
Birthday. 49
and it's his birthday, guys.
49 years old.
We're gonna go to Azteca tonight. We're gonna eat that wonderful Mexican culture food.
Goddamn right, with freaking refried beans and
refried beans
and meats and all kinds of things. I might even wear a sombrero.
So tomorrow, join us exactly at 1:00. We will be on here live, and we also record this. So a recording of this will also go on his channel.
Yes.
So, guys, thank you, and have a good day.
Come up with questions for tomorrow, people, please. And we're still recording on mine, so we're good.